Distance sometimes lets you know who is worth keeping and who is worth letting go. Remember, man does not live on bread alone. Sometimes he needs a little buttering up. Believe those who are seeking the truth. Doubt those who find it. Just because it's fiction doesn't mean it's any less true. The best way to cheer yourself is to cheer somebody else up. We all have two lives. The second one starts when we realize that we only have one. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. Go slowly so that you do not bite your tail by accident. When your opponent gives you an opening, be swift as a hare. Any intelligent fool can make things bigger and more complex. It takes a touch of genius and a lot of courage to move in the opposite direction. Sometimes the questions are complicated and the answers are simple. A superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. All men know the utility of useful things, but they do not know the utility of utility. Pretend to be weak, so your enemy may grow arrogant. If fate doesn't make you laugh, you just don't get the joke. My fear was not of death itself, but a death without meaning. Sometimes when hardships knock, it's just life. Do not take it personal. Respond intelligently, even to unintelligent treatment. But every difference of opinion is not a difference of principle. From a certain point onward, there's no longer any turning back. Decide what you want to be, pay the price, and be what you want to be. To have a human form of a joyful thing, but in the universe of possible forms, there are others just as good. Do it now. Sometimes later becomes never. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. What the caterpillar calls the end, the rest of the world calls a butterfly. Many things are not as they seem. The worst things in life never are. People who fit don't seek. The seekers are those that don't fit. Every act of goodness is born from our desire to be happy. Life is not measured by what you have. It's measured by what you give. Attack is the secret of defense. Defense is the planning of an attack. We are all insects, groping towards something terrible or divine. I knew I was alone in a way that no earthling has ever been before. The older I grow, the more I distrust the familiar doctrine that age brings wisdom. To be wealthy and honored in an unjust society is a disgrace. Attack where he is unprepared. Sally forth when he does not expect you. And when all the wars are over, a butterfly will still be beautiful. Never give up on what you really want to do. The person with big dreams is more powerful than the one with all the facts. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. There is no such thing as a great talent without great willpower. Faithless is he that says farewell when the road darkens. Misconceptions play a prominent role in my view of the world. I don't paint dreams or nightmares. I paint my own reality. But better to get hurt by the truth than comforted with a lie. Perhaps home is not a place, but simply an irrevocable condition. Adapt what is useful, reject what is useless, and add what is specifically your own. The world is already full of critics. To stand out, be an encourager. Most often, you don't own your own mind. You borrow it from society. One must wait until the evening to see how splendid the day has been. If you only shine light on your flaws, all your perfects will dim. Choose to correct your mistakes rather than comparing it to others. Because people don't have wings, we look for ways to fly. Glory resides in the hearts of those you inspire, not in fleeting moments of fame. Sometimes it takes a good fall to really know where you stand. Knowledge is merely brilliance in organization of ideas and not wisdom. The truly wise person goes beyond knowledge. When you are identified with the One, all things will be complete to you. A constitution that is made for all nations is made for none. An over-examination of life can deter you from life itself. Prioritize your physical and mental health. They are your most valuable assets. No one from the outside can tell or show you what is in your heart. All paths are present, always, and we can but choose among them. If quick, I survive. If not quick, I am lost. This is death. What you do is what matters, not what you think or say or plan. If you want to lead them, you must place yourself behind them. The men of old breathed clear down to their heels. You will find the key to success under the alarm clock. Remember to be kind with your words, especially to yourself. By nature, men are nearly alike. By practice, they get to be wide apart. If the mind is willing, the flesh could go on and on without many things. It is man's natural sickness to believe that he possesses the truth. Being true to yourself is the greatest force to uncover the soul. Don't chase. Elevate your game and be someone worth chasing after. I care for no man on earth, and no man on earth cares for me. Sometimes life is too hard to be alone, and sometimes life is too good to be alone. Breathing control gives man strength, vitality, inspiration, and magic powers. Unthinking respect for authority is the greatest enemy of truth. Memory can make a thing seem to have been much more than it was. You fall because you are human, and rise because you are divine. To bear and not to own, to act and not lay claim, to do the work and let it go, for just letting it go is what makes it stay. It's hard not to feel happy when you make someone smile. After all, if you run far enough, no one can catch you. Great understanding is broad and unhurried. Little understanding is cramped and busy. I think there is only one quality worse than hardness of heart, then that is softness of head. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Victory is reserved for those who are willing to pay its price. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. Things don't happen for no reason. They happen to teach you something. The consequences of every act are included in the act itself. Appreciate the moment of a first kiss. It may be the last time you own your heart. Everything you do doesn't have to be seen or heard. Success is a flower that doesn't grow in everyone's garden. There are routes not to be followed, armies not to be attacked, citadels, not to be besieged, territory, not to be fought over. We seek the fire of the spark that is already within us. All shall be done, but it may be harder than you think. Having nothing to struggle against, they have nothing to struggle for. Bloom as if you want to make the whole world beautiful. If I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way. Living never wore one so much as the effort not to live. There is no progress or accomplishment without sacrifice. I had forgotten how much light there is in the world till you gave it back to me. Loving yourself is required for authentic relationships.